Good afternoon. It's Thursday, the 10th of June. I'm back in the Read Nook with a nice hot cup of tea. And this is more of the toast and jam tea, so a different cup, I thought. And of course, I have a parcel to unbox, and the word livre there may hopefully suggest that it has come from abroad, in this case Italy, and it's, as we say, it's a bit roughly packaged and basically a bit thrown together. It's been sort of constructed rather than necessarily slipped into a package that the sender went and bought himself. That's just a commentary, not a complaint. No one else to say that. Today it is it's warm but cloudy, and there's a good reason why it's cloudy today. It's because there was a partial solar eclipse this morning, and I was going to come out here and do this unboxing whilst the eclipse was going on, and of course the weather was against me. Not to worry. Just trying to get into this. It is because it's basically he's taken a whole load of cardboard, just folded it over. It's not immediately obvious right where I should be cutting the making the cut marks on this in the wrapping. Here we go. That's one bit open and almost there. So this is almost a bit of a puzzle here to get into, and it's open. Right, it is funnily open, and what's inside is wrapped in black plastic. And this is proving a little easier to unpackage this bit. Go, find this content, and network 23. Oh, that's that's just fallen out. Grinding Hunt. I don't know what this is. I'll look at that in a minute. But, this is a fanzine-like role-playing game, and doesn't actually tell me what it is. Immediately I'm into how to draw and read the cards. So there's no blurb, there's no this is what this game is about yet. Okay, alright, okay. That's basically, I'm incorrect. Okay, so I sit corrected in the Nook. This is basically a quick explanation of the rules, and then we go into the introduction. So nothing is real, everything is permitted. The centralised consumer society has fallen under its own weight following the Black Monday stock crash of 1987 and the Black Friday Revolution of 1989. The riots were the last global act before the fragmentation. The millennium was cancelled. What year is this? Nobody seems to be able to agree. Able to agree. Nations shattered into a myriad of self-governing townships, city-states, and endemic subcultures. The major urban centres are fortified neon mazes surrounded by brutal suburbs, lawless and overgrown. Pirate utopias face off against the autocratic power of titanic hyper-technological citadels endlessly built by self-replicant and self-repairing automatons, the Build Man. So yeah, this is, you see, this is K-punk, basically Cyberpunk. Go back to the rebels of the Cyberpunk and beyond its nihilism, brightness towards lost futures, and utopias. Its substance over form, its magical realism, weird, wonderful, and eerie. It's from this is from Mangusta Express. It's I would suggest that it's a weird post-cyberpunk role-playing game. Welcome to Network 23. A game of rockers and losers drifting through the brave new world, a melting pot on the razor's edge between utopia and dystopia. A company of players care around the table. One of them is the referee and film director of a fantasy world. In Network 23, they're called the Commissioner. And they know what's going on backstage, give voice to the main non-characters and so on. And it's essentially, the manual is a toolbox of basic elements to choose from building your starting sandbox. A toolbox of elements to build your sandbox. Essentially, I would sort of suggest this is sort of similar, and the vague feeling I'm getting is of Snow Crash, the post-cyberpunk novel by Neil Stevenson, and essentially it's eco-punk, cyberpunk, tech noir, industrial punk, transhuman totalitarianism, electro junkyard, solar punk, new weird. The layout is generally clean, tidy, a little dense, I think, but it's sort of thing you've got to dig into. Essentially, it covers a lot of genres. It's high tech, it's lo-fi, it's weird science, it's pop fiction, it's insurrection, it's entropy, it's frontierland, war of ideas, low life, or that's the kind of thing that sort of really is sort of out there that they would have been at the forefront of science fiction in the past, potentially. I'm not quite sure where it is now, but it's very 80s and 90s feel. And we have essentially talk about the rules. Moves enable moves and contacts. Essentially, special talents you can use once per session. Moves always succeed. Basically a description of what the character is, just there. And we've got discussion of contacts, and then the rows of thoughts. Rows of thoughts can be used to create elements in the game, including NPCs. And then we've got basically an explanation of these, taking these out of the table and giving them further explanation. Blank space. And we go into looking at districts. And basically, whether that's dealing with terminal consumerism, permanent vacation, social engineering, gonzo journalism, slums, section there, advanced recycling included, and again these are concepts that sort of like you can bring into the game and play. And literally, the point is that I am literally, I'm not reading this. I am browsing it for the first time, just picking up an idea. And then we go into memetics, which essentially you're talking about the evolution model to study of thought and cultural information transfer through memes. We're talking about transmission and adoption of those memes. And then we actually get to the player's rules. Deal with combat. Again, another blank space. Consumer's guide, because of course there has to be a consumer's guide in that kind of game, because it's almost like something you want to have, but something you can rebel against at the same time. We have a section on entropy, measuring a system's corruption, its tendency towards disintegration or disgregation, information degenerating into a noise, and then basically commissioner's files on pop relics and pirate utopias, and Appendix A deals with transfiguring or transfiguring the territories, developing the setting, I presume, and the play area, writing adventures for N23, advanced stat blocks, basic expanding upon the core game, and then we have appendix of bibliography, and then dropping out of this we have grinding hunt. I think basically it's a scenario of the sort, and it sort of folds out. So if I do this properly. There's basically, yeah, it's there we go. Okay, yeah, that's an interesting little thing. I look forward to digging into that in greater detail. So yeah, I would say it would have been nice with a little firmer cover, but that looks like an interesting game. Essentially exploring the edges between the sort of like the interzones between genres, especially the science fiction genre, and societies. So that's Network 23. Thank you for watching another unboxing in the Nook, and sit and watching me talk about this and enjoy a nice hot cup of tea. If you've liked this video, then please do click the like button, and of course if you've got any comments or feedback, I do take the time to respond to those. And lastly, if you want to be alerted to yet more unboxings in the Nook, please click the subscribe button, and you'll see me back here with more parcels, more hot cups of tea, in discussion of things I get in the post. Thanks for watching. I'll be back again soon. Bye for now.